Starting the story, the main character got reincarnated into a fantasy world. He's inside a medieval-style house. A quiet ceiling, candles instead of LED bulbs. It was a fantasy world that lagged behind in civilization compared to Earth. Supposedly this is a fairly rich household. For an orphan without a home who died from overwork, this is a fairly decent place to reincarnate into. The scene is familiar to a certain anime we've watched, I guess. The birth mother of this child was extremely beautiful. Luckily, it seemed that he wouldn't have any problems with his love life in the future. 3 years have passed. The MC is a grown boy now and saw the world outside the window for the first time, out of his cradle. The world outside was incredibly huge even considering the fact that he was still a child. Her maid saw him and quickly picked him up, telling him it was dangerous and he might fall. Seems like he is born to a Grand Duchy family, which was widely known within the kingdom. He was the son of the Grand Duke Dragonia in the Kingdom of Lionheart, aka a duke. Time skip again, he's 8 years old now and started learning swordsmanship as a future knight of the kingdom. A fantasy knight, the Mick is now imagining if he might be able to use chi and aura too. His master was a knight dispatched from the palace, the Holy Knight, Sir Gothic. Leon is now 14 years old. Leon is now struggling with harsh training under Sir Gothic. A Holy Knight was really a monster masked in human skin. It was extremely hard to qualify to become one. Leon had to complete the quest by training, become a knight of the kingdom through experience and honor, and be chosen by the Holy Grail and drink the holy water. As the son of Dragonia, Leon needed to learn everything to know about becoming a Grand Duke, lesson to become the successor of the Grand Duke, and training to become a Holy Knight. Leon is really struggling, but he is really working hard. Leon is now 16 years old. He is roaming the world now in order to be acknowledged by the goddess and become a Holy Knight after accepting his quest. To get the goddess acknowledgement, Leon needs to keep racking up his fame and good deeds. The goddess will eventually come to him. There were countless opportunities for Leon to wield his sword, which is why he was concerned. He helped civilians to exterminate orcs that attack the kingdom. The kingdom had too many enemies. 4 years later, Leon is now 20 years old. Leon met the goddess. They weren't lying, she really was a goddess, he says. The goddess gives Leon a quest to prove his honor and faith. Leon accepts the goddess Ariana's orders. And after slaving away for many years, Leon became a holy knight. He slayed many enemies, orcs, goblins, and evil cults. Eventually he became a war knight of the kingdom, massacring 700,000 orcs including women and children. Leon felt refreshed. Time skip again, Leon is 35 years old now. The living saint and demigod, Argon Majesty Leonhardt, passed away. It happened while he was battling the archdemon summoned by the Empire. Orcs are enough of a headache and the demons were running amok. This is why mankind needs to believe in gods and live faithfully. All of that aside, people in the kingdom need to elect a holy knight to become the successor of King Leonhard, who died with honor. Amidst all that chaos, Leon succeeds as the symbol of honor and faith. The goddess descended upon them and selected Leon. It was a position of honor and fatigue. Leon then transplanted the sacred treasure, the lion heart, from the goddess, and vowed to protect the Holy Grail. And that is how Leon became the Grand Duke Dragonia, and the king of the Leonhard kingdom. Time passes by, Leon is 80 years old now. Many things happened that time. There were 3 great wars with orcs, some weirdo hunchback goblin evolved into an archdemon, and the Empire just created a more F-up situation. This is all because the Empire had accepted the bastardly northern cult. They tried to break away from God. Foolish divine separatist. That is what happens when people give human rights to those who don't even deserve to be slaves. Leon now realizes that he should have conquered them all. Leon is now 96 years old. The Empire bastards finally done it. The Emperor crossed the line. The man who used to say he did not want to die, committed suicide along with 3 million citizens from the capital by summoning the Lord of Chaos in the capital. Eventually, Leon gathered the knights and took out the holy sword that wasn't dry yet with the grease from the orcs from last year. Leon is now 121 years old. The world was being destroyed, unlike his wishes. Leon tried to defeat evil with all of the holiness, but he couldn't stop them. Leon continues to fight, with his honorable men, fighting demons endlessly. Leon keeps on encouraging his knights. Leon is now questioning his goddess. He is in doubt of himself now. He feels so weak and helpless. What should this foolish knight do? The goddess replies, "My knight, My beloved honored knight, your goddess will be with you until the end, my knight. Leon charges fearlessly against the demons. That winter, they fought the final battle with billions of devils who filled the earth. The barbarian slaves were used as worthy meat shields, as the civilian knights armed with spears and shields died with honor along with the glorious knights and the chosen agent of all gods and all holy temples. Leon alone defeated the demons until the end. Leon tore apart countless demon lords and archdemons and showed those bastards the power of the Holy Knight. 100 years later, winter had yet to end. Leon destroyed the last remaining demon gate. There was nowhere left for them to escape to. Demons are now stuck with him in this world. He will kill every last one of them. I was not stuck. Those bastards were stuck here with me, Leon says. And he continues to fight them. He now defeated the archdemon in one slash. Rise, courageous one. Now is not the time to fall, rise and fight. People saw him and asked Leon who he was. I am King Leonhard, the knight of the glorious knights, and the agent who carries out the will of the holy temples, Leon Dragonia Leonhard. It was the 300th year when Leon came across the Earthlings. Leon defeated all the demons. The Night King has returned. Continuation. A gate opened up in the middle of Seoul. The gate's rank was an unidentifiable black. The Korean Hunter Association and the World Hunter Association requested that the nation's large guilds participate in the raid, but the requests were denied due to the fact that the difficulty of the gate was unknown. People are in shock. In the end, the government ordered the Korean Hunter Association to go in first, which basically an execution order. And what they saw in there was a naked man. It's Leon. The girl is Han Hari, associate manager in Korean Hunter Association. Hari seems to be spacing out, remembering her first encounter with Leon. Hari is on the office with Kim Jinsu, a head manager in Korean Hunter Association. They are talking about what Hari saw on the gate and seems no one believes what Hari says. Her story implies a black-ranked demon gate with even the Great Devil. Coming back alive without the help of other guilds is already a miracle, but to have cleared it? Yes, no, all because of one man. They are interrogating Leon, asking if he is a survivor from inside the gate, a survivor from the otherworld. There were occasional people who managed to survive in the gate realm. The gates that have appeared all around the world over the last 30 years share similarities. The truth is, the theme is of a world on its way to destruction or a world that has already been destroyed, and sometimes, survivors manage to come back to Earth, while keeping the unbelievable strength they've earned in the demon realm. That's why the government tried their best to cater to the needs of the survivors and set plans to scout them. Hari insists on scouting Leon because of his unbelievable strength no matter what. Even an A-rank hunter has to risk their life when fighting a high-ranking demon, but Leon killed the Great Devil with just one attack. The monster that even the most skilled S-rank hunters are afraid of. Leon didn't just kill it, he completely overpowered it. Leon is worried more in cultural difference since he's from a royalty. Hari is confident that it will be alright, thinking Leon is a good person, but then, Leon shouts so loud it even break the glass that stops even monsters in interrogation room. Leon is angry about how they dirty the glorious Leonhard name. He began to give an earful to the interrogator. 15 minutes earlier in interrogation room. Leon feels it foreign. A flashback before his life as Leon appeared. He was an orphan who labored in his 20s and then died of exhaustion. A very common isekai plot lol. After that, he was reincarnated into another world as Leon and became the king and knight of a kingdom for more than a century. After conquering the world of the demons, Leon hunted demons for 200 years. That was 300 years in total. Leon is in relief to have some memories of the place now. He hides his previous life before he became Leon. The interrogation starts. The interrogator addressed him as Leon Dragonia Leonhard Nim. Leon replies with an intimidating gaze. Refer to me as your majesty, peasant. The interrogator plays along with Leon and continued to discuss about the Black Gate, confirming that Leon killed all those demons. Leon brags that he killed all those evil species and protected the honor of the knights and ordered the interrogator to be his temporary secretary. Leon asks if there's no etiquette rules for how they treat royalty, meaning he's hungry. The interrogator then began to nervously request a meal right away. Leon wants to know about the world. He need to figure out what happened to Earth while he was gone. The interrogator begins to explain the nightmare that suddenly began 30 years ago. Gates began opening all over the world, and monsters and demons appeared from them. After that, they have been in a constant state of emergency. After taking a lot of losses, they realize that each gate has a theme and a clear quest. When a gate is left unattended, there will be a dungeon break in which monsters invade Earth. Leon thinks it's a bit different. In his world, demons invaded like mushrooms after rain, but that place has gates with themes and quests. As if to train the humans through trials. The interrogator brings the meal to Leon. He is stunned seeing the Xiaolongtang. When he was a laborer on Earth, Xiaolongtang was like soul food for him. He questions the interrogator what kind of food he bring. He then replies that it's Xiaolongtang, the soul food of peasants. Leon starts to shout angrily. How dare you serve a royal a peasant's dish? Leon Dragonia Leonhardt, proxy for the gods, the arch nemesis of Malice, the lord of chaos. Leon who have killed millions of demons. What he thought when he returned to Earth after 300 years was this. It's a mess. He then think it was all because there's no proper religious faith. Despite having returned to Earth, he was still a Night King. Leon now eats a T-bone steak and red wine that was made in 1993. Kim Jinsu is confused about how Leon recognizes their food of chicken and black bean noodles. Kim tells Hari to go first talk to Leon. He thinks Leon is a little interested in Hari after complimenting her, saying Hari is brave. Hari then proceeds and tries to talk to him. Leon recognizes her as the swordsman from before and tells her to sit, like a dog. Hari seems to be happy upon hearing it. She then asks Leon how the food is. Leon gives the reason why he was giving them a hard time. It wasn't because the food was humble, it was because of their attitude towards the king. Hari is now panicking. Due to her lack of knowledge, she thinks that Leon is disrespected. Leon asks her name now. He then proceeds about the world, the demons, those wicked things that have appeared on this earth. Hari only had one mission. It was to get Leon to join the Hunter Association. She needs to at least get him to join their country. She asks Leon to give them his royal permission. The South Korean government could look after him from now on. The motive of the 21st century intelligence war is to scout survivors. No matter how much support promised, they need to stop them from joining another country. Leon declares as long as he is in this world, he has a duty to go to the battlefield as it is the right of an honorable knight. Hari happily asks him if he wants to be affiliated with their Hunters Association. However, Leon says that a king cannot be a soldier for another nation's military and he will create a new knight's order here in this world. Hari could only nod. Hari asks Kim what the higher-ups said. They say that they need to give as much support as possible. It's great that he hasn't gone to another country or large guild. To think that the association affiliated to the government needs to bow down to him. Hari is fired up, blaming the large guilds who flaunt their money and power. An alarm rang and sent them an urgent message about a dungeon break. Hari talks about the S-rank hunter Lee Yongwan SSI in the Phoenix Guild, saying that there's no way he won't be able to stop an orange-colored gate. Kim thinks that the Phoenix Guild has a different plan and says they need to go and stop it quickly. Leon overheard it and got a grasp on everything that was said beyond the door. It seems like they're in trouble. If a dungeon break happens, the ground becomes infected and crops don't grow. As expected, this place doesn't have it. Leon releases his aura and asks if Demera is okay. The orange-colored gate appears near a farm. Kim confronts Lee, the guildmaster of the Phoenix Guild, and asks him what's happening. Kim states that Lee purposely let the dungeon break happen. Just because they didn't accept their request, they did this. The Phoenix Guild has been continuously requesting a tax exemption for the profits of gates. They want to be exempt from paying a tax of 1 trillion. Hari tells Lee to close the gate right now. As of today, it's 1 week. If they leave it like this, the authority of the auction gate will be handed over. Lee replies about what they can do, claiming that his guild members are gravely injured and it will be difficult to raid in that state. The of them start arguing and Lee shows his true nature. In this world, justice is money and power. Leon called Lee quite shallow and old-fashioned. Hari and Kim are surprised with Leon's entrance. Don't say the king's name so lightly. I only permitted you to call me by my title. Woman. Lee asks him and Leon tells him to be quiet. How dare a person as lowly as you speak? Lee is furious about who he is. He called one of the 20s rank hunters of the world and the guildmaster of the top 10 guild a lowly. Lee is prepared to attack Leon when Hari stops him. Hari told Lee that Leon is a survivor. Lee stops and says that he was being rude and introduced himself. Leon says that a king does not repeat himself and leaves Lee speechless. He then asks what's the problem as Leon doesn't know the details of the gate, so he wants a good summary. Kim and Hari are excited thinking Leon is going to help. Hari explains it's a dungeon break. When a dungeon break happens, a large amount of demonic elements comes out and infects the land, and crops don't grow on infected land. The Honam Plains is an important granary, which is why this is critical. Right now, the spreading of demonic energy is infecting the ground. Leon asks the solution. Hari says to purify the infection and to clear the dungeon as soon as possible, and they need to get rid of the dungeon completely. Leon understands it and tells Hari to call their forces. Tomorrow, the moment the time limit for the raid of those small fry or whatever is over, this king will personally step in. However, before that, Leon says that a king from a foreign country cannot do any military activities in another's territory and wants to receive permission from the nation's king first. Hari is being helpless. Lee thinks Leon is worse than him. Lol. In the end, they asked the president and gave Leon permission to proceed. Hari is confused how they are going to use the straw doll to purify the land. Leon requested two things. One of them was the straw doll, and the other thing is that the people who made the doll were to be women who had given birth. Leon tells everyone to show him the dolls that they have made. That's how a doll making competition opened up in the middle of the plains. Leon inspected it one after another, saying some failed, even Hari failed to do it as well. After touching so many dolls, the person who caught Leon's eye was the 89th woman, an old married woman. Leon praised her and asks how many children she has given birth to. Leon holds the doll and is ready to start as the conditions have been met. Leon releases the Holy Grail and starts the ritual. The Holy Grail sparks and water fills the Holy Grail. Hari is shocked. It is filling up with water on its own. The sun is rising and a red light is tinting the clouds. A new day is wanting to start. However, the sun that is rising today will be a special start to this world. Lee is also surprised. The water droplets are going inside the doll and the doll stood on its own. I greet Mother Earth, Demera, the god of life and abundance. It's been a while. Divinity has descended on this land. Thanks for watching. Subscribe for more.